So this was my second competition. Initially it was supposed to be my first one. The first event was the yoke pull. Unfortunately with COVID it was supposed to be a truck pull, but we couldn't actually rent a truck. So this was a yoke with extra weights attached to it with a large rope. You can see there it's Big John Williams is the referee. He's one of the previous Icelandic World Strongest Man competitors, and also is Diesel Yates. He's on the right hand side. He is one of the trainers with Adam Bishop, one of Britain's strongest men. So yeah, this I'm not quite sure what the weight was, but this was pretty difficult because it was a heavy metal yoke over concrete. So every time we pulled it, it was my dead stop. But I was happy with this. I came third overall out of 13 people, so it was a good start to the competition. So the next event up was log press. It's 75 kilograms for as many reps as possible. In the background there is Lucy Underdown, who's one of the world's strongest women. At the time, she's a police officer. I'm not quite sure if she is now, but she might be focusing on her strong woman career, which, yeah, police and strong man and strong women is very difficult to cover both of it. But yeah, after I spent half the time wrapping up 75 kilograms for reps, I managed to get 8 reps out of this. I think sometimes I was getting a bit rushed ahead and had to just take a step back and take a breather. I probably could have got more reps out of it if I increased my cardio a little bit, because by the end of this I was blowing. There was no way of me getting more because I was just out of puff. But again, it was quite a reasonable result because this is a very specific strongman event. You can't really train for this in the gym because it's completely different to overhead press. So not everyone would have been used to this. So yeah, like I said, it came third out of 13 people. So again, continuing on pretty well.
Come on, Dane, come on. Come on, push. Come on, Dane, you got this. Come on.
Yeah, just get that last rep to finish off. And that was me done. And then after that is deadlift. This was quite an interesting one because it was on a World's Strongest Man style platform where it's kind of on a lever, similar to a car deadlift, where you started off with a nearly empty frame, and then every rep they put a new keg in to add more weight. There was 5 kegs overall to add into it, so by the end it was a combined weight of about 345 kilograms, which there's no way I could deadlift that normally, but it was different because it's on a lever, the weight's at the back. But this was very difficult because it's a different leverage system with this than it would be for a normal deadlift. You can kind of lean back into it a little bit more. So I managed to squeeze out 9 reps with this, which I was very happy with. I have to excuse the my head being cut off because this has been recorded by my mum at the time. She was too busy watching me than making sure everything was on the camera. But yeah, you've got to make sure someone is there to record your events to see how you can improve on, and also to just remember it. This was quite a fun one because when I was trying to get involved, all the crowd was kind of cheering me on. John was shouting at me to lift it up. I was trying to get one more in to get 10 reps because I believe I came 3rd or 4th out of this, so that extra rep would have pushed me a little bit higher. But yeah, I was trying, but it wasn't going. Next event, number 4, was Farmer's Walk, down and round and into power stairs. So it's 90 kilograms per hand for the Farmer's Walk, which is reasonable. It's quite a lot when you think of it for 90 kilograms as a person in each one of my hands. But it's quite awkward where it's quite long implement. You have to get round here. I was making sure, I learned from my mistake, a previous competition, to not knock over the barrel. And then it was into 110 kilograms power stairs, which again is a very specific strongman sport. It uses the the duck walk implement, but you have to get these up the stairs as quick as possible, can lift it up, hump it forward, and make sure it's on the step properly, and that was quite a fun one to do. I believe overall I was about 4th or 5th with that one. And last event is the strongman favourite of the Atlas stones. He was just making sure it had the right amount of tacking on the stones, which is the stuff that helps me stick to it a bit more. So it was a 90, 110, 120 kilogram Atlas stones, and then finished up with an 80 kilogram stone to shoulder, as many reps as possible. Going into this, I was worried about this because stones were okay for me, but I think at the time 110 was my max, and this was 120 being lifted up, one motion, which I was very happy with. And this was 80 kilogram stone to shoulder, so it's a bit different. You have to lift it up, get up to your shoulder, put your hand out, and I was second at this point, so I knew, I saw everyone else go, so I knew that I had to get at least 4, I think it was, to be joint winner. So I was getting to that point, and even then here I had some of my colleagues turn up from work, because this is one of the areas that we can cover, and they was all being cheered on. So I managed to get the one for the win, but I knew someone else was coming after me. I was about to walk off, but then I got told a bit of time left, so a bit of showboating, and yet going one more to make sure I secured the win. So I got 6 reps with 8 kilogram stone to shoulder to get the first place in the Atlas stones, which I was very happy with. I was worried about that one the most, and I won that event. And also from that, I came second out of 13 people to be in the novice category, the second strongest police officer in the country. And also there was another little award afterwards by Adam Bishop's trainer for King of the Stones, which I won, and I was very happy with that. So it was a great competition, and now in World's Strongest Man styles, time for a montage.